Hello, my name is Louis. Today you will learn how the select menu works. The select all command creates a new selection which contains everything on the current layer. Note that you cannot select many layers at the same time. The none command cancels all selections in the image. The invert command inverts the selection in the current layer. That means that all of the layer contents, which were previously outside of the selection, are now inside it, and vice versa. If there was no selection before, the command selects the entire layer. The float command converts a normal selection into a floating selection. A floating selection is a type of temporary layer which is similar in function to a normal layer, except that before you can resume working on any other layers in the image, a floating selection must be anchored. It means that you have to attach it to a non-floating layer, usually the original layer, the one which was active previously. As you can see, you can scale a part of the layer separately as long as it is in a floating state. Let's use the blend tool to create some effects to the floating zone. Now the blend is done. You need to anchor layer the floating zone. The Select by Color tool is designed to select areas of an image based on color similarity. It means all pixels that are sufficiently similar in color to the pixel you click on are selected regardless of where they are located. Use the Select by Color tool and choose the area you want by holding the keyboard Shift button and click the left mouse button. The Selection Editor command displays the Selection Editor window. This dialog window displays the active selection in the current image and gives you easy access to the selection-related commands. It is not really intended for editing selections directly, but if you are working on a selection, it is handy to have the selection commands all together. First, select the area you want to edit. Second, click on Selection Edit to switch to the selection window. Then click onto Path to create a path selection in the Paths window. After, you can create a stroke path to design the edge of the selection. Use None to deselect everything. Create a new project to test From Paths tool. The From Path command transforms the current path into a selection. If the path is not closed, the command connects the two endpoints with a straight line. Let's place some vertical and horizontal guideline. By using the Paths tool, draw a triangle that we will use with Paths tool. By holding the Control button and click the third point, it will link together. Do the same things for next to other triangles. Use the Paths window to show the 3 triangle with the Eyes button. with the Blend tool to fill the triangles with the colors of your choices. Use the rectangle selection and the crop to selection to resize the canvas of the image. Turn off guides and paths of the project. Use the Select by Color tool and click the area you want to choose. Use a feather of 25 pixels, then press OK. Then press Delete to apply the feather function. Note that you can press Delete many times. The Sharpen command reduces the amount of blur or fuzziness around the edge of a selection. It reverses the effect of the Feather Selection command. The new edge of the selection follows the dotted line of the edge of the old selection. The Shrink command reduces the size of the selected area by moving each point on the edge of the selection a certain distance further away from the nearest edge of the image. Enter the amount by which to reduce the selection in the text box. Shrink from image border. This option is only of interest if the selection runs along the edge of the image. If it does, and this option is checked, then the selection shrinks away from the edge of the image. If this option is not checked, the selection continues to extend the image border. The Grow command increases the size of a selection in the current image. It works in a similar way to the Shrink command, which reduces the size of a selection. The Select Border command creates a new selection along the edge of an existing selection in the current image. The edge of the current selection is used as a form, and the new selection is then created around it. The Distort command deforms the selection contour. Then you can use one of the Select command to do a transformation. The Rounded Rectangle Script Foo command converts an existing selection to rectangular, elliptical, or other shape into a rectangular selection with rounded corners. This command has the same action as clicking on the small button in the bottom left corner of the image. The usual selection tools involve tracing an outline around an area of interest, which does not work well for some complex selections. The Quick Mask, however, allows you to paint a selection instead of just tracing its outline. In the color area, consisting of two colors, the foreground and background, used for painting, filling, and many other operations. Clicking on either of the color displays brings up the Color Editor dialog, which permits you to change it. If you choose black, you will erase the selection with the Erase tool. If you choose white, you will add selected by keeping the left mouse button down. The Save to Channel command saves the selection as a channel. The channel can then be used as a channel selection mask. You can find more information about them in the channel dialog section. In this example, we create a channel and use an intersection with selective to cut and copy as a new image. Don't forget to flatten image to be able to cut and paste as a new image. Then press Ctrl plus Shift plus V to paste selection as a new project image. The to-path command converts a selection into a path. The image does not seem to change, but you can see the new path in the path dialog. Let's use the stroke path command from the to-path dialog.